Hey guys, so last night I finally saw the new Ghostbusters film, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I really liked the last film. While it was very nostalgia heavy and also didn't really feel like much of a Ghostbusters movie, I really enjoyed it. I liked the vibe, I liked the tone, I liked the new characters, I found it very, very charming, and while yes, is it a little emotionally manipulative? Is it heavy on the nostalgia? Sure, but for somebody that didn't even really have much nostalgia for the Ghostbusters themselves, I'd seen them when I grew up, but I wasn't like a huge Ghostbusters person. I was more of a fan of the animated series than I was the live action movies, but it ended up working on me. I got moved one way or the other throughout the film. Either way, it knew what it was doing and it did it, and it worked on me. This one, I enjoyed it. It was fine, but it was trying to do too much all at once, that I really didn't feel like any one thing kind of stood out to me. The villain was cool, but you don't really get a lot of that, and it's something that they really drag out for the long swath of the film, and it's just because they're juggling so many characters and plots, because on top of the entire cast that was introduced in the last movie, you know, after everything that happened there, they moved to New York. And then we also find a way to get all the other supporting characters from that town to somehow move to New York. We have all of those characters that were introduced in the last movie. We have the returning cast from the original films, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Bill Murray, Annie Potts. That whole little group are all back. And then we also include new characters that are introduced in this film as well. There's a lot of just stuff up in the air, and it just makes it hard to really kind of get attached to any one thing. Like, there's this emotional through line thing going on with Paul Rudd and Phoebe, and also Phoebe and her place on the team and stuff like that. There's these things that are kind of juggling around, but they don't really get enough attention. They're just kind of there, and it's not allowed to breathe. It's not really allowed to build. You know, when the ghosts are all on screen, that's always fun, kind of getting into their lore, the backstory, all that was nice. That was interesting. That was fun. The sequences, the action when it comes into play are fun. We just had way too many people to actually like fairly hand out any kind of relevant information or spend any relevant time with any of the players in the movie. And that's kind of where I got kind of lost, because I wasn't really able to attach to really much of anything. You know, I had the occasional chuckle. I got some laughs. I got some fun. So I did get a little awe out of it, a couple of moments here and there, but nothing that even moved me even remotely like the last one did, or even the previous two films, like the original ones. You know, seeing the original characters have more of a role in this, because they are very much so along, like equal level with the new cast members in this movie. That's fun. But it's just not enough. It's just not enough for me to really kind of heavily recommend the film, or really just kind of get swept away in it. I just think they really needed to just pick a storyline, pick a focus, and just kind of focus on it. It just seemed so lost in trying to juggle all these different elements, all these different characters, and it just didn't really flow as well as the last one. So that's just how I feel about it. It's kind of my quick thoughts on the movie overall. I'd probably give this like a 6. I did something like that. Nothing too crazy. Like, I had a good time. It wasn't offensive or anything like that, but it definitely wasn't anything that I would advise you to go rush out and see, if that makes any sense. I was just keep this short and sweet. There's nothing really astounding that I really wanted to kind of dive into. There's nothing in this that really kind of got me hyped up or really kind of excited. Even the post-credit scene, I was like, all right, that was okay. It's just kind of disappointing, because I did really enjoy the reset of the last film and the position we were kind of in, and then here I just didn't feel any of that. You know, none of the excitement carried over. I didn't feel like we really kind of paid it off in any kind of relevant way. And maybe we could have if we just focused on what was the main thing without all these different side plots, because there was a bunch of stuff that just didn't matter. And there's just too many characters. Unfortunately, there's just too many characters, and the writers, they were not able to incorporate everybody in a way that kept everything engaging and interesting, at least for me. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Did you see it? Did you enjoy it? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Share, Ryan Karen, York Horse Scott, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Justin Smith. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.